This is one of the more reasonable criticisms that Eminem haters have because of the subjective nature of music, and we'll be expanding on this to reveal why this is usually the last resort for Eminem critics when they try to at least be reasonable when criticizing him. As usual, expect me to poke some holes in this, even if it's quite reasonable, to show some level of hypocrisy, because sometimes we may not like an artist for reasons we may not even be able to explain, and it's much easier to just say we can't relate, which is fair enough. Usually this is said as Eminem is a great rapper, but I can't relate to his music. As we dive into this topic, remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this, and also subscribe to my second channel, Chat by Proxy, for more from me other than Eminem, and follow me on Twitter at ETLifestyle_web. So back to the point. You hear some critics talk about how they can't relate to Eminem's music, but admit that he is great and then move on to talk about how they love their mother and don't hate their baby mama. Something along those lines, and usually when the extra bit of mother and baby mama are added, you know that's a bit too far because Eminem's music is much more than that. It's also important to add that Eminem has often spoke freely about what many people are thinking but are afraid to say out loud, and there's no in-between here. You either love it since he has the guts to say what we are all thinking, or you hate it because it makes you feel guilty for lying to yourself. Many people have been conditioned by society to love their mother regardless of how badly they were treated growing up. And I remember getting into arguments when Cleaning Out My Closet came out because some of my friends back then condemned Eminem for speaking about what he experienced growing up. Their main point in the arguments always sounded like this: it doesn't matter what she did, she is your mother. So by that logic, your mother can blame you for all her problems growing up, try to make you sick, wish you dead and all that, but you shouldn't speak against it because she's your mother. Notice how they don't put in the same energy to state no matter what is done, you can't complain when relating to fathers, but it takes two people to make a baby. So this conditioning, for one, is why some people will not accept Eminem, because the thought of listing out the wrongs a mother did to you so the world could hear is a no-no from them. And now you have an idea about why that is. Because mothers can do no wrong, even if she ran away with you so your father couldn't find you, let her boyfriends assault you, and much more. But you have to accept it and love her regardless. Now, love is better than hate, and you can't replace your biological parents, but the fact that Eminem spoke out did not mean he didn't love her. Most people just assume that, and it's perfectly normal to love someone from afar, just like Eminem said in Headlights. So now that I've touched on the whole, but I love my mom and he hates his mom, so I can't relate, let's talk about other artists that they believe they can't relate to. Other rappers, which is most rappers in the mainstream today, that rap about having 50 side chicks in 50 states in the United States, rap about their Ferraris matching the color of the watch and belt, rap about buying and flipping private jets, rap about taking everyone's girl in the club in jest, rap about dealing like Big Mitch and gunning people down like it's the Wild West.
Really?
So I don't get it. This is what they can relate to, right? Private jets, luxury cars, side pieces in every state, and many more things that only the top 10% in the world will be able to do. Eminem has songs that will put you in the frame of mind to be able to work your way up the ladder, but they'd rather relate to songs of instant gratification that's all in the mind without a map of how to get there. This is just a thought. So what do you guys think about this? Tell us in the comment section below, subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.